We have Jalen Knox here for you. Just raise your hand, please. All right, Peter Ball, go ahead.
Hi, Jalen. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, good. So I guess how has your mindset changed kind of game to game, knowing that you're going to be more in the slot compared to like an outside receiver like in past years?
It hasn't really changed in terms of that. Where I'm playing on the field kind of doesn't change my mindset. At the end of the day, it's just playing football. So I got to just go out there and do what's best for the team.
Mm-hmm. When did you first kind of have conversations about – I think you said it was pretty early on, but like how did the conversations go with Drinkwitz when you guys kind of talked about maybe using you more in the slot role?
Whenever I had found out that we were going to bring Kiki in, I just kind of already figured it, I had already started talking to Coach about it before that, just trying to play some slide. So it was just kind of like a natural movement that we just kind of all like understood what the situation was.
Gotcha.
Jack Sobel, go ahead.
Hey, Jalen. Hope you're doing well. I know you have about as many catches through 4 games this year as you did all of last year. What to your mind is the biggest thing that's changed? Whether it's been your preparation or your usage. What's changed from last year to this year?
Just my mindset. Last year it was more kind of just like go out there, just kind of just do what I have to do, but I wasn't really just like into it and focusing like really trying to go make a difference. This year it's kind of like I'm the leader of this receiver group. I got to go out there and everybody's looking at me to see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go out there and put on the best shot I can put it on.
Andy Kimball.
Hi, Jalen. I guess, do you think kind of getting the ball more with like run plays on like sweeps and getting more touches kind of helps you get more into the flow of the game maybe?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, because I feel like I'm kind of like a volume type of player. So, like, any way I can touch the ball, the more I touch the ball, it just keeps getting me going. It just keeps getting me, like, into the game. Like, makes me feel like I can feel the flow of the game going.
Yeah, and then you ran track a little bit in the winter, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I guess, do you think that, like, having kind of being like more like a slot or like running guy who gets more touches, like, kind of helps showcase your speed a little more?
Oh, yeah, because I feel like in the outside, it's more like technique. Like, you just kind of like – it's one-on-one battles, it's releases, it's that type of thing. In the slot, it's more open field. I could just like kind of just run around, just use my speed to get open.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Did you say me, Kate?
Yes.
Sweet. What was, I guess, that track experience like? How did you like kind of being on that team?
Track has always been like my first love. I was running track before I was playing football, so just go out there and be able to do it on a collegiate level, it's just like, kind of like another thing just crossed off my list of things to do. Plus, just like getting the experience that like, just like everything that came with track, it was a great experience.
How did that come to fruition? Like, did you reach out to the coach or did they kind of come to you?
They had Kamari on the team, so I had kind of like talked to him about it to see like if the coach was cool with me coming. And he had talked to Coach Brown, and she was cool. So Coach Drink said he was fine with it. He didn't really have a problem with me since as long as I'm going over there to compete, he didn't have a problem. So everything's just kind of worked out in the best way.
Were you going to like every track practice, or was it mostly like just kind of go over there for the competitions only?
Oh, no, I was doing like all like my running conditioning with track, and I was just lifting with football.
Gotcha. And is that something you plan to continue after this season?
Yeah, if Drink lets me continue to do it, I will for sure.
Nice.
Jack Sobel.
Hey, Jalen. So is the way you're being used this year kind of similar to the way you were used in high school? Like I know you were recruited as a receiver, but were you involved in the run game at all back in high school?
Yeah, in high school I was playing more like a running back kind of position. Most schools wanted me to come play running back, but I just kind of like see myself not taking that route once I got to college. So it's like how I was used in high school is kind of like exactly how I'm being used now. So then I was playing in the backfield and not really so much adds to the slot.
Yeah, and then if I could ask a follow-up, so with that running back experience, does that help at all? Like on plays like in the touchdown against LSU where you get the ball in reverse and you're following blockers, does that running back experience help with plays like those?
Yeah, most definitely, because I can kind of see like how like run blocks kind of should like open up to like rest of the field. I know how to set up blocks and just see stuff opening up before it happens.
Colin O'Brien.
Hey, Jalen, with the way you guys aired it out against LSU, and then the way the offense kind of moved away from that against Kentucky, Connor said you guys are just, running sits and curls basically against Kentucky and tilting things towards the run game. How does your preparation change, if at all, going into a game like Kentucky when that's going to be the game plan versus airing it out? Does it at all? I understand it's an extension of doing whatever it takes to win and making things easier for Connor, but outside of that, does it change at all?
It's kind of the same, we still like practicing the pass plays just in case we have to take that route to go win the game. But in terms of like us just like running the ball the whole game, it's like, it gives us more confidence. Like it like makes me feel better. Like, all right, this game I don't even have to like really like do too much. Like I can just like lean on my teammates and let them do what they need to do. We can just go run the ball the whole game and win the game. So it's just kind of like, kind of refreshing actually.
From your perspective on those third and fourth down conversions, whether Connor was passing or running the ball, just what makes him so good in those pressure downs and so efficient with the ball in his hands either way, throwing or running?
Just his poise. He's not really like shook by anything. Everything, he's just in the backfield in the pocket, just like he's not shook. Whatever happens, he just knows. But he's going to react to it to make the play.
Yeah, Jalen, you mentioned like last year your mindset wasn't always where kind of it is this year. I guess how hard was it on you emotionally at points to where you had this freshman year where you were, I guess, a little more involved in the offense, and then last year it wasn't quite the same?
Yeah, it was hard. Most definitely being like younger, like coming in as a freshman, like doing what I did. It was like, all right, that was like my like ground level. Like that's what I was expected to do. Like from there on out. So like to take that step back last year, it really just like made me have to like, it's really forced me to grow up. Like, all right, now I see what like college football really like. Like it's not always just gonna be ups. It's gonna be downs to it too. How am I gonna handle the downs? How am I gonna respond to the downs? And be around my teammates and make sure that I keep my head up, keep them going, keep them in the game, and not just always be down that I'm not getting the ball.
Mm-hmm. And how did that kind of like setback impact how you felt about switching to like kind of having a setback in the outside receiver role? How did that affect your, I guess, enthusiasm in switching to more to the slot receiver role?
Like, I love the slot because, I watched like JJ in the offense the last 2 years and seeing how much he got the ball like consistently. Like he's always touching the ball because I just feel like the closer you are to the ball, the more you're going to get it. So moving into the slot, it was like, man, I really didn't have like any negative thoughts about it. It was just like good for me all around.
Gotcha. And you said you wanted to be recruited as a wide receiver instead of as a running back, right?
Yes, sir.
Why was that kind of the route you wanted to take?
I wanted to play receiver in high school. Like whenever I went to camps and everything, I always played receiver. But just due to like the offense we ran in high school and like the quarterback situation, the best way for me to like get the ball and make a difference for the team, I just have to play running back.
Gotcha. And was Mizzou pretty upfront from the beginning that they wanted you at receiver?
Oh yeah. Whenever I was getting recruited by Coach Finley and Coach Fowley and all that, they always let me know like, you want to come play receiver, you can.
Sweet.
Jack, go ahead.
So you've talked a bit about your mindset, how that's changed. How much has Coach Drinkwitz and the new offensive staff kind of helped you change your mindset?
Oh, they helped me a lot. Like not even just the coaches, the strength staff too. Like that just came in to kind of like just change the culture of how the team works. Like it was really like kind of like a shock to me because like how I thought college football worked before they came in to give me like a brand new outlook to it. So now they kind of just like, made me mature even more. Like, if you want something, you're going to have to go work for it. And this is how we're going to work for it. This is how we're going to do things. This is how we're going to win games. This is how you have to do things to become a pro. So they should instill those type of things into me. I'm grateful for it.
And Kimball.
Hi, Jalen. I guess with you kind of running on sweeps and Larry running downhill and Tyler kind of running a different way between the tackles, like how much does the team being able to run in unique ways kind of put a strain on the defense?
I think it puts a lot of strain on them because they just can't lock into like one type of running style. They can't just like, all right, we're going to stack the box and stop them right here, or we're going to just go on the outside and stop all the outside movement. They just can't do that. They have to like every place might be something different. So they always have to over communicate and always be on the lookout for something else. If they make one wrong step, they're already behind. And next thing you know, we got a big big runs, like Tyler Brady's 10-yard run at the end of the game. Like, just things like that, they just open up.
Jalen, you've been a teammate of Josh Bledsoe's for a long time and gone up against him a lot in practice. What's he improved upon, especially this season, that's made him the big-time playmaker he's become, especially we've seen in the last few games?
I feel like it's his commitment to the team, you know. I've seen, like, a different type of, like, level of competition out of Bled this year. Like, not to say he wasn't competitive before, but, like, now he's really just, like, he's bought into the system. He's bought into, like, what we're doing around here. So it's like he helps everybody else around him be better. Whenever I see Bled on the field, I know he's out there to work. I know he's out there to see it. Like, every time he plays stuff on the field, he can get the 100% out of play.
Peter.
Yeah, Jalen, I'm just curious, like, how different does it feel coming to the field, like, before a game, knowing that, like, last year maybe you'd get a ball thrown your way, maybe not this year, you know kind of you're going to get multiple touches every game?
It feels like a lot. Really, it feels better. Like, it's kind of like a feeling of, like, you know, I'm really playing in the game this week, you know. I'm not just about to just go run off and just go do a bunch of, like, distraction lines and stuff like that. Like, I'm, like, in here. I'm locked in already. I know Drink has a plan for what we're going to do today. I trust his plan, so I'm about to go in here and do everything I can to make this plan work. I'm motivated. Like, I enjoy playing football this year.
Were there points last year where would you say you didn't enjoy it?
I'm not going to say that I didn't enjoy it, but it was just like, you know, I got to go out here and do it just because I know this is what I, like, bought into.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jalen.
Yeah. For sure.